Doesn't anyone think it's a little disturbing that no media has reported on the banning of parts of the Bible? I mean, I know that the bill hasn't passed, but we know it will given everything else that has passed. Yet no media has even mentioned it. And this is part of it, and it may be hard to see, but it's basically saying you can't talk about the Jews in relation to the crucifixion of Christ. I think that's very alarming. I mean, there's a lot here, basically just, annihilating the First Amendment as if it doesn't even exist, all to serve a certain group of people. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to attack all of the Jews here at all, not at all. It's the ones doing this, though. They're people that hate Jesus, and I really don't care if they hate Jesus. America was founded on that. So I just find it alarming. Well, it shouldn't surprise anybody, right? I mean, the media, they really are just showing their dark side now, because for none of them to even bring this up. This is the most serious thing right now to me. There's a lot of crises going on, right? But this is the number one, in my opinion. Because if they can get this through, and some people say, oh, how are they going to enforce it? It doesn't even matter about enforcing it. They'll start removing it. They will start removing books of the Bible that doesn't that the certain sect of people don't like, because maybe it looks bad. Maybe they should more consider that they need to repent for their ancestors. Maybe that's it, instead of having this big of an ego about it. I hate our Congress. I hate our House. I swear to God, none of these people stand up for America, stand up for every other damn country, but not America. This is bullshit. And yet these damn Republicans that are hoisting themselves up, they're just Pharisees. That's all they are. They look at them as the Roman Empire. That's what they are. But there's nobody at all that's talking about this as if it's just no big deal. No, this is a signing of America's death warrant. It literally is. It literally is, because to say that we can't talk about certain parts of the crucifixion because it might offend people, too fucking bad. I think that Netanyahu should mind his own business and stop interfering in my country. He has no business interfering in my country. Neither does Mark Lawler, who's in the House or Congress, one of them. Neither do any of these people know what they're doing. They need to be removed. Ilhan Omar needs to be deported. I don't want any American-hating people in this country. There's no reason whatsoever for you to live here just to hate all over America the way she does. If you want to be upset at America and have your opinions, fine. But if you're just going to be on a quest to hate America, I want them all deported. You don't have a right to live here. You don't. You can go somewhere else. We need to just send you back to Somalia. She definitely needs to go. But even these Americans that are disregarding our Constitution, we need to find some place for them if we can't put them in a jail cell. Because this is bullshit that they're serving Netanyahu. Yeah, Netanyahu, go fuck yourself. Sorry, I know. I'm going to work in progress with God. I really am. I'm certainly never going to be a saint, not even close. So I'm sorry with my mouth. I said before, I don't have a filter. I'm fed up with all of this nonsense that's going on. All of it's unconstitutional. We're being invaded. But what's the most alarming to me is the removing of not being able to talk about that the Jews, the Pharisees did hand Jesus over. They did. It's about being truthful. So no matter what the media, although they're not talking about this, they just are all acting, like all of them, Breitbart, Epic Times, none of them are talking about this. They haven't even brought it up. That should be alarming to people, because usually they'll at least touch on something that people are talking about. or something as big as this, but they won't. As if they want it to happen, which that will be them just helping to destroy our country. So just think about all those news stations that claim that they stand with Christian values, or report to anyway, supposedly stand with our founders, but clearly they don't. They just think that these freedoms that we've had, and yes, we've had a lot of tyranny, but before all of the tyranny, they just think that those freedoms just came because we just had some decent people in office. No, we had godly people in office, people that believed in God and led in the thought that let God guide them. Yeah, we did. No matter what the media just lies. The media is incapable of being honest about anything. I mean, really, they're just not good at it because they're not good people. But, yeah, so our country has not been as lucky as it has just on luck alone, just on leadership we've had. No, it's been because of the grace of God. So those stupid people that supposedly love America so much and want to protect American values, that think that Jesus Christ wasn't the key component to this country, well, you're just all fools. America should have easily been taken over a long time ago, but we haven't been again because of the covenant made with Christ, with the Pilgrims. Now, people can keep disregarding that, but please go look on a map and see how big Russia is, see how big China is, see how big many other countries are. Put them next to America and then say, how is it that there's wars all over the world and they have all these terrorist attacks in other countries, and we've really only had, what, one? I mean, we had a small one in the World Trade Center before 9/11, but for the most part, before 9/11, nothing like what every other country in the world deals with. And you think with as small as we are that blessing was just, it was just coincidence that America's been protected or has advanced enough to protect ourselves? Yeah, it's just not a common sense way of thinking.